Many years ago, it was just a desert here, dry and arid. And today, its great architecture is soaring into the sky. Welcome to Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates and the richest city in the world. The Emirates' 420,000 citizens, who sit on 1/10 of the planet's oil and have almost $1 trillion invested abroad, are worth about $17 million apiece. Yet most people still have difficulty finding Abu Dhabi on a map. Now the locals here are about to change that by promoting a sport. No, we're not talking about a traditional Arabic sport like horse riding or sand skiing. It's jiu-jitsu, a whole new sport that originated from the East but developed fast towards the West. Early this May, the World Professional Jiu-Jitsu Cup, the first such tournament to pay prize money, took place at the International Lawn Tennis Complex of the Zayed Sports City in UAE. More than 200 athletes from 32 countries participated in the two-day event. With a prize purse of $111,000 US up for grabs, the tournament marks a new era for jiu-jitsu, which until now has been viewed as an amateur sport. And the event is also a great platform for young athletes to show their talents.
Estou muito feliz, eu acho que eu fui abençoado por Deus ter conseguido essa vitória. Meu treinamento foi correto, tudo, e para mim foi uma grande vitória, que é meu primeiro ano de faixa preta, dos meus primeiros campeonatos, conseguindo ganhar na final do Cobrinha, que é um excelente atleta, eu admiro muito ele, que é tricampeão mundial na categoria, estava há 3, 4 anos sem perder. Então eu estou muito feliz e muito satisfeito com o meu desempenho.
I'm working 7 years here. And I started to work for this project 5 years ago. Step by step, I started growing jiu-jitsu in the country, and I showed the project idea for Hihan Sheikh Mohammed Zayed. He liked the project and gave me total support for this event. Abu Dhabi government gave me total support for making the first World Pro Jiu-Jitsu Cup. China is very famous for martial arts, and I hope China help us also for growing jiu-jitsu in the world. China government, I think, help us to make the next trials in China. And make jiu-jitsu growing, maybe after 5, 6 years, I don't know, jiu-jitsu also go to Olympic Games. This is the idea.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a martial art and combat sport. It teaches a smaller person how to defend himself or herself against a larger adversary by using leverage and proper technique. The Gracie family, the founders of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, modified judo and traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu to create the art. It contains stand-up maneuvers, but it is most famous for its devastating ground fighting techniques. Gaining superior positioning to apply the styles of numerous chokes, holds, locks, and joint manipulations on an opponent is the key of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It came to international prominence in the 1990s and soon became popular in America and Japan.
Let's say Taekwondo, for instance, or boxing. Let's say boxing. Boxing, depending on power, on punching power, a lightweight boxer never fights against a heavyweight because he doesn't stand a chance. He cannot knock him out. He doesn't have power, strength to knock him out. Now, in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, it gives enough tools for a smaller opponent to be able to defend himself against a bigger opponent. It's not based on punching and kicking, but in submissions, chokes, unlocks, It's much more humane way to win a fight. Instead of to pound the guy down, you apply submission, give him a chance to quit.
Usually more at home in the bustling Brazilian city of Rio de Janeiro or the spiritual hills of Japan, jiu-jitsu is now swapping its traditional roots and setting its foot on the UAE. Under the patronage of Abu Dhabi's ruling family, jiu-jitsu has already become a required course in the Emirates since last December. Children between 10 and 14 years old in 12 public schools in Abu Dhabi have jiu-jitsu class twice a week.
I believe myself that jiu-jitsu is very important. This is why my son here is learning jiu-jitsu. And I practice this, and I let my son to practice it, and I let my son, after 2 years of practicing, his personality change. And if I will invest it in my son, I'll invest it in my country. Before year 2015, we will have 500 schools in Abu Dhabi learning jiu-jitsu. Every single one of my school in Abu Dhabi will be jiu-jitsu is the sport number one.
So do you have the plan to attend the Shanghai Expo next year and maybe to promote jiu-jitsu?
It will be my pleasure.
We might have a chance to meet these teen jiu-jitsu practitioners during the Shanghai World Expo sometime next year. Although they got into the sport only a couple of months ago, their passion for it shows.
Because it's interesting to me and I be so skinny. Because I'm so fat, I want to be so skinny.
عشان أتعلم الحركات.
Jiu-jitsu is different sport because it makes the bodies healthy and strong.
I love jiu-jitsu.